It's another Panasonic NV730 VHS machine. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another Mr. Beta Bike video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we do have another Panasonic NV730 VHS, of course, long play. It's a relatively early long play machine. I love these machines. They're great. You may remember that we did actually look at one that did look as if it had been in the damp quite a lot. I'll put a card above and a link to that video in the description. That one, to be quite honest, I think it has been in the damp so much that it's never going to be particularly reliable, and it's going to have issues, and also we do need heads for it as well. So bought this one off eBay. It had been on eBay quite a while, and the price had come down and come down and come down, and in the end I paid very little for it, £24 and a few pence. So yeah, a bit of a bargain, but it does have its problems. The listing said that it was missing the flap, which it certainly is, but it also said it was missing the flap from the front here, from the cassette front loading system. It is actually there, but what's happened is a cassette, you can probably see it, part of it there, on the way out it's basically stuck, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be the belt, but we'll see. It's always bad to second guess these things. So yeah, I suppose we need to try it, but first of all let's get the top cover off. So cover's off. It's dead easy, there's 2 screws each side. I thought this had all genuine screws, but one of them is from something else. It just happens to fit, so I have to do something about that if we decide to go ahead and get this going. So first thoughts, looking very much like the belts had it. It's actually come off. That may not necessarily be the only problem with it, however. I'm not sure what's quite going on there. I think it's in the half unload phase. We have the can, the other one didn't have the can. Memory caps are a bit leaky. I'm going to just disconnect the memory caps because I don't want them energized. They will be replaced if I need to. Otherwise it looks fairly okay. The one slight issue I have is why this is like this. This has been off at some point. This should be down the other side of the transformer, and it isn't, so it hasn't been placed properly. Looking underneath, can't see anything obvious, but yeah, obviously something's gone on there. So yeah, could be interesting, but I think I am willing to give this a try, power on and see what happens. Okay, I haven't powered it on. I just thought I've just put this belt back on, and we should have enough, hopefully, to test it with it like it is. But I thought, well, let's get the cassette out, just check everything is okay and, well, what it's like. So the idler tire is really dry. Pinch roller seems okay. The felt pad on the back tension is actually looking fine, whether that's been glued previously, but it's really rare to see one in one piece, to be honest. So that's cool. Looks as if it's been pushed at some point. Yeah, let's give it a go. So just checking the plug, because well, you never know. Really, a really good job, to be fair. That's well done. Screws seem tight. I will just check them with the screwdriver, but I will change the fuse for 3 amp just while I'm in there. But the plug itself is absolutely fine. It's to modern standards, so yeah, we've got the plastic bits on the live and neutral, which is cool. So I'll change that fuse and yeah, plug it in. Okay, so here goes. First turn on. Yeah, we have a clock as well. It actually looks brighter than it's appearing on in real life. Cool, so it's tried to just get the carriage back. Okay, so it's pretty much what you'd expect. Struggling a bit to fast forward. But it's actually not bad. So I think, you know, I mean, we'll see what the heads are like. But I think this might be worth doing so far. What actually might be fun is, I mean, I'm going to change that tyre anyway on the idler, but I have some rubber renew, and I just wondered if it might be fun just to put some on and to see what it does to a really old tired tyre. Okay, so have the rubber renew. I don't like this stuff. It is very useful for those situations where you just have no choice. But I don't use it. I just don't use it on anything other than for something like this where I'm just going to try something. I just need there to be the torque. So yeah, let's give it a clean. Yeah, so yeah, let's try that cassette again. Well, it's better. I mean, it's enough. Like I say, it's enough to get it going. It's amazing, really. It's doing as well as that, to be fair. Super, so let's go for it and press play. Well, the belt's still okay. And it's taking up. Okay, well, let's press eject. Taking the tape up well. It's fine. So that's really what I wanted to achieve. Just make it so it's safe to put a cassette in and I'm not going to wreck cassettes needlessly. So I think the next thing, I'm going to take this off. So it's, in this case, it says a screw missing there. I don't think there's ever been a screw in there. It just looks like screw there and screw there, and this all just slides off. Oh, a screw down there as well. So yeah, I'll do that, and let's have a look at the heads. Okay, so apart from it being incredibly dirty, You can see, gosh, this must have been stuck like this for ages. It all looks fairly okay. There's not a huge amount of wear on the lower drums, so I'd like to think that maybe the heads are okay, but you just can't tell. You know, proof is in the eating, as they say. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just give this a clean, and we'll give it a test. Okay, so here goes. I'm just doing the upper drum at the moment. I'm not worrying about the actual head chips. Yeah, filthy. Just really trying to get some of that muck off. I'm obviously not going to get all of it off, but it's enough. It's actually doing a pretty good job. It's so mucky. Let's cut another piece of paper. Obviously cutting it, not ripping it, because if you rip it, you get little bits of paper, if you like, dust. Potential to get stuck in the heads. Yeah, it's cleaning up. I'll just give that a clean, making sure the chips are nowhere near where I'm cleaning, because that exit is really bad. So it's all a bit bodgy, this, really. Several people have, or a couple of people have said about getting proper cleaning sticks, and I may well, as they are now available, or I've been pointed in the right direction where I can get them, get some, because ultimately they are the best way. I mean, I've never really had a problem with the paper. It does a good job. Saved me numerous times. Let's get a bit more off that top drum. There's still lots of muck coming off. So yeah, but I think having the proper pads is really the way to go if you can. Super. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better. So now that we've got somewhere near a half decent drum assembly, I suppose we ought to try cassetting it. Okay, so here it goes. I'm going to try this same cassette. Obviously I won't be able to play it or capture anything of it off it, but I've got a long play cassette that we can try if this is sort of somewhere near successful. So and that is actually not bad. I mean, I've got a little bit of jittering going on. What's the tracking like? So it's furthest right, bringing that back to center, furthest left. That is not bad at all. Okay, well that's really great. It's a good start. Let's try the still. Excellent. Super. Okay, so let's try a long play cassette. Okay, so there's something not quite, I don't know, quite right with the door. Maybe, I don't know. And that belt is wanting to pop off again. But anyway, let's press play. And that's actually looking great. So this is long play, remember? So furthest right, furthest left. It's not bad at all. I think if it was cleaned properly, like the whole tape path, because obviously I've not cleaned the whole tape path, and the capstan especially, I reckon this will be a really cool machine. So yeah, I think we might be onto a bit of a winner with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the front panel, which is just literally this top portion, with the other one, because that's actually in better condition, and this has scratches on it here and here. I'll change those caps. The top cover, even though it looks pretty terrible, it's actually fairly good. There are scratches, but I could probably get those out. They're not too deep. Just depends how good the paint job is, because some of them can be a bit on the thin side. But all of these marks, they look like rust, but they're not. It's just like something's sort of sprayed over the front of it. Well, you can see there evidence of that. So there's something sprayed over it. So I could probably sort that out. I could probably take the plastic off the other one, because there's a scratch across the perspex, although that could be polished out. Some Brasso probably would remove that. It's fairly easy to remove. It's got the tabs and the screws, so that's fine. It's just lift those tabs, undo the screws, and it unhooks from under there. So yeah, I think this is actually going to be a very highly repairable piece of kit. I mean, obviously it needs a belt kit. I think I've got a pinch roller as well for it, but pinch roller actually seems pretty okay with a good clean. I think that'll be fine. So yeah, I think we will look at this and get it up and running. So yeah, that will be in a future video. I hope you like this one. It's just a quick one because there's so much going on. I've just come back from holiday, and I just wanted to share this machine basically, and yeah, more to come. There's so much to come as well on the channel. So yeah, it'd be great if you'd like and subscribe as well if you haven't already subscribed, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.
Thing in so because they do have other jazz acts, so the once you actually get the nomination, you are, you know, they've chosen that album to be the best of the batch.
Talvin Singh and Black Star Liner are this year's two Asian nominees, the same number as in 1998.
Last year we were very excited about the fact that Rust and Corner Shop were nominated. But this year it's like, well, Talvin and Black Star Liner are nominated, and it's almost like, well, we've got to have the weird avant-garde one this year. Do you know what I mean? It almost makes our achievement seem a little less, you know. If you end up with, you know, two albums that are from the Asian field, that's the strength of that style of music, and that's a plus point.
What would be really interesting is if one of those artists won. I think that'd be quite brave, actually, for the panel to pick one child.
One thing I forgot to mention, this arm here, this commonly gets stuck, but this one's fine, so that's a bonus. Fantastic.